Hello there, thanks a lot for coming by PosterCentral.com's video blog today. I'm Pete Howard, and boy, how is this for an unusual Grateful Dead concert poster? Oh my goodness, wow. Not to mention the Steve Miller Band, and on the world music tip, not to mention great Indian music, right? 1968 for this oddball, fun, great-looking poster, really catchy pink, and it measures 22 by 28 inches on paper that is so thick it's almost like cardstock, if you will. And by the way, no printer's credit given down at the bottom. Boy, there's no Ravi Shankar on here and there's no sitars, but you know, the Beatles had been to India earlier this year, and George Harrison's interest in Indian music had really ushered Indian music into rock music circles, especially when he played sitar on the Beatles' Norwegian Wood, and of course then Within You, Without You from the previous summer on Sgt. Pepper. And then there's Jerry Garcia of the Dead. I mean, heavens, he was all things stringed instruments, and so he surely was fascinated with this, and probably why the Dead volunteered to play the gig. But don't forget percussionist Mickey Hart of the Dead had been with them for a year now, and he was really big, is really big on world music as well, so everything seems to fit well. Now this was a benefit for Berkeley, California branch of Ali Akbar College of Music. It was started in India in the 1950s by noted musician Ali Akbar Khan to teach Indian classical music. So the year before this, in 1967, the Berkeley branch had opened, and I don't know if that means, you know, they were in financial trouble or not, needing a benefit concert like this, but the location did move to San Rafael, California, up in Marin County, north of San Francisco, this year, 1968, so I don't know if that was before or after this benefit show. So the event was held at, maybe there's a hint for us, maybe they hadn't moved yet, because you can see at the bottom there the event was held at the Berkeley Community Theater. Now the fundraiser was divided between two shows. You've got a rock concert on Friday night and the Indian concert on Saturday. And by the way, the photograph is of the esteemed Ali Akbar Khan. I'm sure, you know, many of you rock collectors would have preferred the Dead's picture there, but that would have really missed the point of the whole benefit for the charity concerts. So let's move in a little closer and show you on the left-hand side there. It does say rock concert, states it very plain and simply there, Friday, September 20th, 8 p.m. Well, for the Dead, Anthem of the Sun had been released 2 months earlier, and that, of course, is as far out, as avant-garde as any album you'll ever hear. And so, you know, that probably all played into Indian music and basically musical experimentation. And I haven't mentioned yet, but right below the Dead, sure, look at that, the Steve Miller Band. Well, they're between their first and second albums. Children of the Future had been out this spring already, and Sailor would come out this fall. This show, by the way, of course, falling on the last day of summer. And then on the rock side still, third billed is the Ace of Cups, the all-girl band managed by Quicksilver Messenger Service manager, whom Jimi Hendrix actually once said had a groovy sound and a really great lead guitarist. How would you like that as a feather in your cap? Jimi Hendrix saying you had a great lead guitarist? Well. And then on the other side, you've got the Indian concert, Saturday night, the first day of fall there. And what it consisted of was a three-piece with 2 sarids and a tabla. Sarid is a fretless, you know, stringed instrument on the Indian side. And both sarid players, get in just a little bit closer as you can see, have Ustad before their names. And that refers to master, expert, you know, professor or something like that. The first one, Ali Akbar Khan, of course, and the second one, Bahadur Khan. And then the third musician listed on tabla, which of course is the drum or percussion instrument so familiar to Indian music, and that's Sri Shankar Ghosh. And then the fine print at the bottom, below that logo down there, it does say admission, actually below the venue name I should say, center it a little bit better, it does say admission $2, on sale at Record City in Berkeley and the City Lights bookstore in San Francisco. No surprise there. And the last thing it says is no reserved seats. So either they had folding chairs and stuff you went in and sat down on, or it was like a gym floor type situation. Quite an unusual piece from the last day of summer 1968. Boy, if you collect Grateful Dead concert posters, you know, after you get all your Avalons and Fillmores and everything, you're looking for something you don't have. This one really stretches the limit, doesn't it? Doesn't stretch the limit of Dead concert poster, just like availability. You just don't see things like this one very often. So, and I love the pink. I think it works great. So, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for dropping by today, and we'll see you again for something soon. Probably not quite as unusual, but hopefully something is fun. Okay, bye-bye.